Hi everyone, Allison here, and I am the feature designer for today. That is day 13 of LOAD525, Canadian A. So I am taking my inspiration from the life of Catherine O'Hara, and the story prompt is from the Beetlejuice movie. Her character makes kind of crazy art. So the story prompt is, what do you make? How do you feel about it? And then the technique prompt is, Catherine O'Hara has situs inversus, which I had to look up, which means your organs are on, like, mirrored, I guess, on the inside of your body. So flip a sketch today. So I thought I would take this sketch from the ScrapRoom. This is their May sketch, and I've already created, because you know I work behind the times, so it is well into May, and I've already used the sketch twice to do a layout for Load. So I thought I would use it again, but I'm going to flip it and kind of do it this way, but move the tag down and just basically move things all over the place. I'll see if that works out. And my photos today, so I am kind of big into crochet, and currently I am in the middle of crocheting a Canada flag blanket. So hopefully by the time this prompt goes live, this blanket will be finished. Fingers crossed. I'm almost done. But yeah, so I thought that was kind of appropriate because we are talking about all things Canadian, and you know, I'm not going to get political, but with everything that's going on between Canada and the US, I'm feeling extra patriotic. And I have a couple of vendor shows coming up, and I really wanted to have this on display to both advertise the fact that I'm Canadian and also sell the yarn and all that kind of stuff. So anyways, this is what I'm making. I'm really proud of it. And I have a sketch that I can invert that way. So yeah, so I also went digging through my scraps of my scrapbook. That's a lot of scraps. My scraps from my scrapbook room kits. And I was looking for things that were red, maybe with a little bit of blue and green. And this is what I've come up with. So I actually have two papers that are from Christmas collection. This is Vicky Bouton's Wrapped in Ribbons. So this is not a complete page. I used part of it to back a cut file, like way back in probably November or December. And then this is one of her other pages. I have a piece of black cardstock that I can use as my background. And then I just have other scraps from different collections. This is from a Valentine's Day collection. This is from Echo Park's Blossom and Bees. I liked the blue plaid. I just have a whole lot of other scraps from all various, I don't even know what that one's from, collections. So yeah, I got lots to work with. Haven't even brought in any lettering or embellishments yet, but let's see how we do. First things first, I'm going to trim my photos down. One of these is portrait, one is landscape. So I am going to have to deal with that situation. I could theoretically make them both portrait. I could just make them portrait, have them like that. But let's figure out my background first. I want to make sure that this is actually 12 by 12 before I go crazy. Okay. So I want to orient my sketch in this manner so I can have some blocks of scraps along the bottom and then have my photos there. I will probably kind of rotate that horizontal, well, it's a horizontal line in the original sketch. I'll probably rotate it so everything's horizontal and then have the tag off to one side. So it won't look much like the sketch when I'm done with it, I suppose. I kind of like this. Could I cut this out as a circle? possibly. Okay, I'm going to leave that to one side and work on the bottom bit. I feel like that could be a good base. I have that one too. Maybe if I break up those two different reds. These two are so much cleaner than this. So, and my blanket is very crisp and clean. So I think I'm gonna get rid of this one and just work with cleaner scraps. And I just mean like they're not distressed. That Vicky Bouton one was quite dark, whereas this is just nice and clean. I don't think I want it quite that high, but let's see what else we got here. I could mount my photos on this blue. That looks quite good, actually. Okay, what's on the back? Just flowers, so I'm not that concerned about the back. Something I can write on. I did have this scrap of like wood grain that had a bit of a rip out of it, so I can turn it into a tag and have that there. Quite like that. So I'm going to trim this bit down by a couple of inches off of that, or I can use this bit. What do we think? No, I'm going to cut this down by a couple of inches. I like what I got so far. What else do I have in the way of scraps? I need a nice long horizontal bit, and I do have a couple of branding strips that I had saved. Actually, I have a third one somewhere. That one. No, that one won't work. Okay. Kind of like that green with it though. That brightens things up, doesn't it? Okay, so we can have that. As much as I love this, the idea of this, I think it's just a little bit too much. I could bring in a stripe though. And what else do I have? I've got this other blue. Nope, I don't like that blue with my plaid. I have a little scrap of this. You know, as much as I want to use this, I just, oh, but what if I, nope. You know what? It's just not working for me. I like where this is going more than bringing in that scrap. Sorry, I've been off camera. Apologies. Okay, time to start sticking and figure out this is just looking very dark, so I just want to see if, no, but what if I got a different color of cardstock? One thing I am finding with these kits is that I am left with a lot of cardstock because I don't use a lot of cardstock. So I'm left with a lot of cardstock. So I don't think it's going to be white. Maybe, but then my tag is gonna blend into the background. So probably not the craft. Let's see about this bright green. No, definitely not the bright green. Dark green is probably gonna give me, yeah, it's the same problem I have with the black. A whole lot of different whites. Oh, cream. I don't know if cream would go with the white paper. What about blue? Okay, I am gonna go digging in my stash for maybe some vellum. Let's see what I can find. So I did a little bit of prep work just so that I could easily pick this entire thing up and put it on top of the vellum that I found, because I found quite a few. So I had used this hexagon vellum in another layout. And that looks cute. But I have quite a few sheets of vellum in my stash. So I've got this one, which is from 2012. I quite like that because it picks up a lot of these colors. And then I've got this one from an earlier Vicky Boutin collection from like 2020. That's really fun as well, but it's got more of the pinks in it, so I think this is a no. And then I've got, bring in some metallics, immediately no. This is from Crepe Paper, Maggie Holmes. I don't even know when. No, I'm not loving that. I've got a plain sheet of vellum. That's not bad. And I've got this one from Studio Calico. What date is on this one? It is so small I can't read it. That's really fun, but I actually think this one is my winner. But this is my winner chicken dinner. Now the question is, do I want to rip it? I don't think I do. Now, the other thing that I have that I thought I might like to play with that I've never used before, so this could go horribly wrong, is Solar Spray from Simon Hurley. And I got this in this golden hour color, and I'm hoping that if I can spray it on my black cardstock, it will just brighten it up a bit. All right. There are instructions on this, but I can't read them. Ooh. I like the big splotches. And now that's got to dry. I'm going to put this to one side, let that dry, and I can work on my journaling. I don't think I sprayed my desk at all. I can also stick this down to the vellum. Need a little bit of twine. Journaling. And I need a title. Now, in the sketch, where'd the sketch go? The title runs along the bottom. I've moved that horizontal along the bottom, so I think I could fit the title in there. And then once my background is dry, I can find some things to embellish it. Now, I have a whole stack of random letters that have been sitting out because I'm too lazy to put them away. And I have red glitter and gold glitter. I'm wondering if I can spell something fun. There is a pretty iconic Canadian commercial. It's for Molson Canadian beer, but the tagline is "I am Canadian." I thought that would be kind of fun if I could do that. So what can I spell? This feels like a mostly whole sheet. And what do I have in my Fitzgerald's? No A's. So I definitely can't spell Canadian or I am. I'm gonna pull the I off there because I just remembered I bought a set of Canadian ephemera. This was back in 2019, I believe. I don't know what date is on these. It doesn't say. But I'm pretty sure I bought these when I was in Calgary for reunion. And I haven't used them. So, you know, now is the time. Aha. Or even better, it's that guy. mix and match here. I think actually I'm going to swap this big eye out for a little eye. From this other font. I'm actually going to use an L. Okay, my background is dry. It's warped a fair bit, but that's probably because I had to take the heat tool to it. And I've put adhesive on the back of this, so now I can stick it down, get the ends of my strips glued down. This is super fun. And then I thought I could use that other maple leaf or even the buffalo heart up top there with some of these other have some fun. Obviously I'm not going to use all of those, but let's see what I can fit in up there. So I had another piece of this blue, and I think it would be really fun to have just a strip of it up there. Doesn't need to be that big. And then maybe have a little bit of this as well. Yeah. Okay, let's get this finished. I need some pop dots. And I'm not going to add a ton more to this. I think I'm just going to grab some enamel dots. And, oh, there was some, hang on. There were some little glittery things on this sheet that can come over as embellishment. And we need enamel dots. Okay, I found a few options. I will put some of these, not the giant ones, but maybe the little ones. Where? Enamel dot placement is always kind of a fun science experiment. Okay guys, I'm gonna call that done. So thank you so much for joining me, and I look forward to seeing your pages in the LOAD gallery, and I will see you again soon. Bye.